We've got some fresh new talent doing some things that I know you haven't heard before.
1, 2, 3, listen.
You are here. This is your world. Who will you be in it? How will you impact your family, your community, your world? It's your time to evolve. So what's next? Now, for you. Explore. Get cooking in the kitchen, and not just any kitchen. There's a new world welcoming you. Your next journey might just be on your block. You are here. How far will you go with just a high school diploma? How much farther could you go with a certificate or a degree from a California community college? Have you ever heard of dual enrollment? You can attend high school and a community college at the same time. But I know, you're here. You're wondering how to get there. There is a simple way to get there. Culinary. Ingredients transform in front of your eyes. A California community college can do the same for your raw talent and your fresh mind.
Community college, I like to think about it as like a really big table, and everyone's invited to the table. So only in a community college class can you be elbow to elbow stirring soup with someone from a country you did not even know existed before you took the class. Maybe a coworker that you work at the same company, you'd never met each other, or maybe someone that's actually your neighbor. I never know who's going to show up the first night. So the first night, it's like, who are my students this time around? And they've always been amazing. In one class, I had the editor of a major newspaper. I had a mom who had sleeping kids at home that were staying there with their dad while she came. This is her first time leaving the house and doing something for herself. I had a executive from a big company who had never even made toast for themselves before. And all of these people are sitting around the same table, and we're all stirring our pots of soup, together at the stove.
I'm a people person for sure. I love talking to people. I love meeting people and be connected with people, share story, learn about their culture. I has been on a worldwide culinary adventures for about 5 years now, and I have traveled to 35 countries, and I'm always exploring new flavorful recipes and fresh cooking method. And I'm originally from Vietnam. I was an international student when I was first moved to the United States. Many people suggest me that I should do 2 years at the community college and then transfers to a university for another 2 years. In that case, I would pay a lot less money. For me, it was such a big deal, and I was super excited, throughout the whole family. Like, I was the first to attend the college.
At the beginning, when I was thinking about it, I was like, it's not going to be fun at all since it's 100% virtual and it's we're not in-person class. So I thought it was going to be boring at first, but then when we started class, my mind changed. It was really actually fun, and it brought me into a peace, and I was in my zone and very comfortable with doing this class. And it's it was more fun than I expected it to be.
So I graduated with a few associate's degrees, such as social behavioral science, business management, restaurant management, and culinary arts.
A lot of my friends are very, very jealous about it because it's it's not just a class. It's it helps you. It's good for your transcript, and it gives you college credits, and it's you're actually considered a college student, which is actually pretty fun. We basically just use the laptop. I put it in my kitchen, and basically we all come into the virtual class, and we basically just get all of our ingredients and our chef just puts the recipe on the laptop and we just follow her step by step.
So I've been doing this my whole life. When I was 5, my parents got me an Easy Bake Oven for Christmas, and I started baking little cakes for all of my dolls and my toys and my siblings, and it kind of just took off from there. So my first job out of culinary school, I worked as an assistant pastry chef at a Hyatt resort. And I was there for 2 weeks before the head pastry chef went out for hand surgery. And she was supposed to be gone for 2 weeks, and she didn't come back for 2.5 years. So I became the head pastry chef of a resort, a restaurant, and a banquet facility at age 19. I looked at it as like culinary school part B, where I was actually, they trusted me enough to give me all of these things. And I learned a ton in that job.
Like my parents always say, it doesn't matter what you do, just do what you love and go to college and make a good career path.
It's not the highest paying job in the world, but it's never been about that. I think it's the most life-giving. And there were moments in my life where I left and I thought, I think I should pay you for this one because what I got out of it was so good.
I found myself most satisfied when my food makes people happy and that fulfill my life. And that feeling gives me so much energy and happiness to keep moving forward. If I didn't go to the community college, I would probably be in Vietnam right now and just still wondering what I'm good at and what my career goal is. I have so much energy and I need to move and I need to do something during the day. I need to get out of my house. So there's no way I can work in a cubicle box and having a computer in my face for 8 hours and sitting there for 8 hours and missing food and drinking, you know, like all this stuff. Like it probably won't last that long.
In a kitchen, especially on TV, you see lots of ego and lots of, bravado and whatever. But I think my favorite chefs in the whole world that I've worked for are incredibly hardworking, tender-hearted, compassionate, humble people.
It's actually very fun to work in the kitchen with the team. I used to be the only female chef in the kitchen and surrounded with all men. And the language in the kitchen, they loud and they're very aggressive, and it's just super funny how I can deal with that, and everybody give me a lot of respect actually.
College students hearing their stories, like how they work in the industry, that makes me think one day I want to be there with them and be in their position to explain my story.
We really take care of each other in the kitchen, but you have to have passion for it, I think, to be able to stay in this industry and move forward.
After high school, I plan to go to either community college or a Cal State and continue my career path of the culinary arts industry. And I do want to be that chef that, other professional chefs come in to see how good my food tastes.
I wanted to expand my name and title through word of mouth. I'm very glad to serve and cook for many local residents. And I want to create a life here in America, having a small business and family.
There's so much tension in our world and there's so much strife in our world. And I would love to create opportunities where there can just be a beautiful table with delicious food where people can just sit down and realize that they're neighbors and they can break bread together. In a lot of my classes, because my students are from all over the world, different ages, and yet we come together, we cook together as a family, and we sit down and have a family dinner at the end of my classes. And some amazing conversations have happened at that table, and that gives me hope for the world.
Hospitality. Are you ready to step forward? Relax. Get comfy. That's what hospitality is all about.
My first job in the industry was a human resources coordinator for Starwood Hotels and Resorts. I started that role at $13.25 an hour. Obviously, we all need money to survive, but if you're in it for the money, then this is probably going to be a wrong industry to be in. But if you're in it because you're passionate about helping people and you want to have fun while you're doing it, then this is the right place for you. I've been with Hyatt for a little bit over 10 years. This is my 6th position, my 16th hotel, and my 3rd city.
So usually in my country, it's not that easy to start from the scratch and get into the middle or top manager position just in 3 to 4 years. But I was quite fortunate that I first got the opportunity to work in a 5-star hotel in my country. Then I got the scholarship, moved to one of the best places on the face of the earth, California, of course. And I was fortunate enough to be employed in Hilton, one of the best hotels in the world. And then when I came to China, I served in a luxurious brand of Hilton again, Conrad Beijing. So it was not very easy for me, but it is something I wanted to be at. I wanted to grow myself so that I can inspire others, so that they don't lose hope and they see that if this guy can do it, that also we can do it.
We can train someone how to check someone in. We can train someone how to do beds. We can train someone how to hold a tray. But what we can't train is how to genuinely care for others so they could be their best. What I always looked for was personality.
So I learned to be patient. I think it's kind of hospitality is something which grooms you for everything. You get more empathetic, you get more patient, and when you feel like somebody is giving a good feedback, that shows that are you doing the right thing or you're not. So that's something I really learned and I enjoyed in my career as hospitality. And then with the combination of different experiences, not just only working in hospitality sector, but also being able to travel and meet with people, it helped me to grow further, not just professionally, but also personally.
I was 14 years old when I had my baby, and I knew that I had to continue education for myself and for my son. I took my son diaper bag and backpack and a city bus to go and get my high school credits. Then I got my AA in sociology because I thought I wanted to be a social worker, and then continued on my education where I obtained my bachelor's in business management.
So I want to bring that element of professional hospitality in my country and prepare such a force that can bring back the old and beautiful image of my country, which it was back in 70s and 80s. Above all, I want to help my people, which are underprivileged, who don't have the access to go to other countries, enjoy what I have enjoyed, live what I have lived. So it's my goal to open such a chain of hotels where people from other countries move and see what this beautiful country, what people of this country has to offer.
The advice that I would give anyone who's exploring a career in hospitality is be humble and be willing to learn. You can grow to become a director of ops, you can grow to become a director of human resources, and it's ultimately up to you what you want to do with your career. You don't necessarily need to have the experience, but have the right personality and be willing to learn. So that you can grow within the industry like I did.
Even though you're still here, a California community college can help you get there. We got you. You're ready to venture outside of your comfort zone.
Hey yo, it's set to explode. Send airwaves across the globe, uplifting the constant mode. Let it ride, let it be vibe by Watts and Bed-Stuy. Now watch Iowa flock to Best Buy. Let the west side of your town rock.
Tourism and travel in the U.S. is a billion-dollar industry. It's a trillion-dollar industry globally.
What attracted me to tourism was I enjoy traveling, not just to abroad or out of state, but also within the state of California. And for me, it's being on the other side of it now. It's kind of cool to have people coming to your area and you kind of show them around. You get to give them different ideas of things to do, things they may not have thought of. You really become their encyclopedia for the area. The reason I started the Sonoma County experience was to give people a new way to visit Sonoma County and wine country. When people visit, you become their point of contact. You also might give their trip the extra element it needs where they may not have thought of it. They don't know the area that well. There may be a restaurant in the area that they wanted to try or they didn't know about, and that you send it to, and that makes their trip. My first hospitality job was catering weddings, private events. It was about $18 an hour. And back then it was awesome because as a junior college student, it was a great way to make extra money and kind of flexible hours. So what went into my decision to attend a community college was the cost, it being affordable, as well as being able to extend my athletic career. Yeah, I played basketball, and the position I played was the point guard and the shooting guard. But what I enjoyed about it too, it's you're a leader, right? So you're gonna have the ball in your hands, you have to make the decisions, and a big part of it is putting people in the positions to be successful. So knowing who to give the ball to and when, but also, knowing the plays inside and out. So who's supposed to do what when, because sometimes they may forget, so you can direct the traffic. Leadership is very important in tourism. You're having to really take the reins for the day, and they're putting their trust in you. So in a way, you're leading them by making sure they have a great time, making sure that they have everything they need, and that they're getting that experience they want. For me, founding my own company was something that I wanted to do, and I thought tourism where we live was a great opportunity because being close to San Francisco, a huge tourism market, was a huge plus. The personality traits that make for a good tourism professional are someone that's punctual, on time, that's a great communicator, not just with the guests, but also, again, the places you're going to be visiting, and then being able to work on a team, but also make adjustments on the fly as needed, whether it's weather, whether it's someone being closed, or it may be that your guests or the people that you're hosting are looking to do something different. My ultimate career goal is to run a successful company that is able to employ people. For someone that's on the fence, or if I could give an 18-year-old any advice, if you like traveling, it's a no-brainer. Culinary, tourism, hospitality, it's a great way to sharpen your skills, not just professionally, but also personally, as far as your communication, building relationships, maintaining relationships, and it really keeps you sharp.
On your mark, get set, let's go.
One day, you will say, you were here. Where are you going? And what will the rest of your story be? A California community college can change your life. There are 28 California community colleges near the Bay to choose from. Don't want to stay in the area? Look, there are another 87 community colleges in California. 115 in total. What are you waiting for? Your time to evolve is now.
And I'ma break it down right here. There are some things you run to, and some things you run from. But there's one thing's for certain, you cannot outrun the sun. Hello world, give me your ears. Now if you got it, better share it, and if you know it, you better tell it. Don't you avoid the light. You can't run from it. You can't outrun it. You can't run from the sun. Not from the mountains. No, you can't run from it. You can't outrun it. You can't run from the sun. It's good. Pick it up, come on. Up and away we go. 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 Away we go. Now just wait a second, let me break it down. Every single day. keep running. No time to waste, pick up my pace. Yeah, I gotta keep running. Now if you say that you want it, get up, go out and get it. Get up, we need to seize every moment. We can't take seconds for granted.